To pray, there's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Kira's show here. Now, I got my new microphone and I've been busy today. So I'm going to record this and see exactly how it sounds. Because, well, apparently I have to hold it with one of my hands so it doesn't fall over, but other than that, it should be fine. If you guys are wondering that, it's because I also bought a windscreen for it. Now, with that being said, let's begin. Whenever we last left off, Ruby and Sapphire were having their wedding. And Midoriya, he thought that this was at least good. Garnet will be back around, and then that means they can deal with the cluster. However, he did actually get a bit of a problem. The Great Diamond Authority arrived with a small military force to try and take them all down, and recapture these rebels. Or, well, as White Diamond had to explain, Pink Diamond and these little gems following her. Now, along with that, Garnet, after she reformed, she was actually taken over by White Diamond, basically being turned into a puppet. Now, let's begin. Midoriya has been out for quite a bit of time, and he's not really sure where he is. In fact, he's fairly certain that he's not on Earth anymore. Whenever he woke up, there was a strange material on the ground, along with the walls and, well, actually a cell door. Or at least he thinks it's a cell door. It looks like a weird beam of light. Now, this is whenever Midoriya, he would just begin to look at it, and pace back and forth, trying to figure this out. He remembers Lapis got hit by that thing, along with Bismuth. Where are the other gems? Now, this is whenever Garnet would walk into the room, and look directly at Midoriya, getting directly in front of the cell and actually just sitting down. As White Diamond would just say that it's so good to see you again, Pink. You have been gone for so long. So, your little tantrum, is it over now? The little games you play? Are you ready to come home? Deku confused, asking exactly who is she? Pink Diamond, well, not Pink, White Diamond would just say that she is White Diamond, the gem matriarch. You already know that, Pink, but please stop playing your little game now. In fact, this is becoming quite dull. That cluster will be emerging soon. Afterwards, then we can get back to the task at hand. Along with that, I heard that you fused with a human. That should not be possible. Gems can't fuse. Then again, you also do have that little bit of fire breath. Exactly how long have you been hiding that away? It's a bit odd. Now, Midoriya would just go on saying that he has no idea who she even is, let alone what she's talking about, as he would walk directly in front of the cell, bring up his hand saying that she isn't Garnet. Let her go. Whatever you're trying to do, just stop it. As White Diamond would just say no. In fact, she will not. She has said this once. You are Pink Diamond of Homeworld, and you are out of line. I was already planning on coming to get you sooner, but now that the cluster is beginning to, from our reports, get more active, that means that you would probably be caught up in the destruction of that planet. So, once again, drop your little games, Pink. Now, Midoriya would just step forwards and throw his hand against the wall of this force shield. As soon as he punches into it, he would just say that he is not Pink Diamond, as his hand faces straight through, and his arm would begin to line with yellow pieces of code. White Diamond actually a bit surprised. Usually gems can't even pierce through that. Then again, she is a diamond, and our durability is quite astounding. Hurriedly shaking it off, as Midoriya would just walk straight through it and say that he is not Pink Diamond, nor is he Rose Quartz. Do you understand that? They were the same person. White Diamond is saying of course they were. Why else would a Rose Quartz shatter a diamond? Besides, her little tantrums would not have prevented her from letting that happen. She would have quite simply destroyed the Rose Quartz, then have it ground up to dust. Just like a proper diamond would. Now, Midoriya would just say once again, he is not his mom. Do you even know what I am? As he would expose his gem, saying that he is human and gem. Stepping forwards to Garnet, asking exactly and what is she? Garnet is a fusion. Do you even know the individual components? Do you know their names? Ruby, Sapphire, yeah. Then what? The make of gem, the order in which they are cut, produced, and thrown off the assembly line? It doesn't matter. Besides, you are a diamond, like you said. So, I have a question. Who created you? Now, this would actually somewhat surprise White Diamond. Garnet's facial expression going from a smile to somewhat of a disappointing look, before actually showing a bit of concern and then immediately disregarding the question, saying that does not matter. I am perfect, and I do not play these childish games like you do. Midoriya just saying, once again, I'm not my mom. Just let me explain and things will be a lot simpler. Now, this would be whenever Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond walk into the room. Looking at this, Garnet. Not really sure what to say or do. Watching as Garnet would just eerily turn towards these two, and then tell them that she has had enough. Clearly, Pink does not want to give up her little game. So once we get to Homeworld, we will announce a little bit of a party, celebrating her return before we properly looking at these two and just nodding, saying reset her. Midoriya not really sure what that means. Looking towards these other two, as Garnet would just leave. As Yellow Diamond would just walk forwards, saying that she can't believe Pink has gone this far. Staying on a doomed world. Are you just trying to get her annoyed? Are you trying to get attention, Pink? Blue Diamond just defending her, saying that it's not her fault. The life forms she's been around have properly, interested her. And she wanted to get away from us. We can't really, fault her for that. Yellow just saying that we can, actually. Especially whenever it nearly causes the collapse of an empire. Everything we've built and everything we worked for. Now, this is whenever Midoriya would just look up at them and say once again, he is not his mom. Just let me explain. You guys, you loved my mom, right? So, just hear me out. As Yellow Diamond would just say that she is not, exempt from this, Pink. Just because you were trying to not be yourself doesn't mean you won't be held responsible. Midoriya getting annoyed next, just looking up at her as he blasts fire breath, telling her to just listen. These two taking a step back, along with Blue Diamond, being a bit confused. She's been around Pink long enough to know that that's not one of her abilities. As he would just leap upwards into the air. And stop. Directly at head height of these two. Saying that if, you want an explanation, then I can give it to you. But first, where are we? Are we on Earth? No, we're not, Pink. We're on Homeworld. Deku just thinking for a second, before he does actually freak out a bit. asking when did they get here and how, as they would just say that they've been on Homeworld for roughly, what is it, 148 minutes. Or, as she would do the math, saying this many seconds. Now, with that being said, this is whenever Midori would just say that he needs to get back to Earth. This being a bit of cause for concern, since the only way back to Earth would be a private spaceship. Or, well, if anyone's ever seen this episode, another option. But it isn't there. Now, Midoriya, he is having trouble. Freaking out and just thinking. He needs to find the crystal gems. But, well, he needs to at least talk to these two and convince them that he's not Pink Diamond. As he would just look at them and just say that his name, as he would just float down to the ground, saying is a Zuko universe. Or, well, if you want to be technical about it, Izuku Midoriya. The two confused, as they would just lower themselves to the ground, asking what does that even mean? Well, okay. This isn't going to be very easy to explain, but I can try my best. You see, a couple years ago, Rose Quartz, my mother, as he would give the explanation, Rose Quartz was interested in his dad. Apparently his dad was on tour for a band. There was related to space, all this other stuff happened, and eventually, well, his mom poofed, and he was just born. Them not really sure what that means. Him basically saying that, well, he doesn't have any of his mom's memories, but he has her gem. And he doesn't remember her being Pink Diamond or has ever had any flashes or things about that. The two somewhat just looking at each other. That sounds just like a rejuvenator, but, well, there were no rejuvenators on Earth. In fact, they were supposed to be made and sent there. But, well, that was after she was shattered. Meaning that this is a problem. Them actually trying and pull out Pink's memories then. Staying around him and actually talking. They're trying to figure this all out. Pink was rejuvenated somewhere around 15 years ago. More, well, not 15. 11, 12 years ago? It's a bit odd. Them trying to pull out Pink's memories. Saying places and names that she's been to. Along with actually asking if she knows where her spinel is. Deku not really sure what that is. As they'd be interrupted by White Diamond's Pearl, saying that it is time and that they must go now. This little party will be quite intriguing. In fact, we believe that your little gem friends, or crystal gems, as I believe you were called, will not be attending. Sadly, they are in the burning room. Or, well, Yellow Diamond. Yellow just freaking out, and looking at this pearl for a second. As White Diamond would just say that after the party and after the ball, you must attend to these gems, along with, I believe, the cut of rose quartz. The gem species that were created on Earth. We believe that we can properly get some use out of them. They are going to be very, very useful. At least we could have them serve somewhat like a jasper. Or possibly even, like rubies. I'm not exactly sure how many of them there were. How many gems were there? Yellow Diamond just giving off the exact number. As White Diamond would just say, perfect. Well then, I believe we have a party to attend to. This being where White Pearl would leave. and Pink would be sent to her room in the palace. Now, this is a bit odd though. Midoriya would, head to this room. It's huge and it's weird. Along with apparently, there's a gem here that's a bit odd. It's another pearl, not his pearl though. It's a random pearl. As she's saluting Midoriya, saying that, hello Pink Diamond, I will be your pearl and assistant for today, for the ball. Midoriya just saying that she doesn't need to do that. The gem being a bit confused. Deku just saying that she doesn't need to be here, she doesn't want to. Besides, I'm not Pink Diamond, just call me Izuku. The Pearl just listening, knowing that Pink Diamond is apparently going through this thing, as she was informed by more diamonds. Or the other diamonds, Jesus. Now, with that being said, she would just listen, calling him Izuku and actually trying to help him figure this out. As Midoriya would just feel his stomach rumble. He's pretty hungry right now. And he does actually ask a question. Do you guys have any food or anything around here? Food? What is that, Izuku? Well, food is like, it's what you eat. What is eating? Oh, that's right, only Amethyst eats. Okay, so, well, gems are completely self-sufficient. They don't need to do this thing humans call sleeping or eating, or, well, they don't get injured. Basically, it's like this. Gems are computers. Do you know what a computer is, or technology? Exactly what do you... Midoriya just thinking. Okay, so have you ever piloted a ship or seen those controls then? That's sort of what a computer is. Imagine that, but on the inside for a person. It's like a machine. That machine runs off of nutrients, the fuel, if you will. Along with that, they also do need to be recharged like a battery. Basically, if I don't have those nutrients and things like that, I will... Well, I guess the best word to say is shatter. The Pearl kinda just confused, and looking at the situation. She was basically just told that food is what humans need, and if without it, they die. Somewhat just taking off running, leaving Pink Diamond's quarters, and beginning to run around the palace, trying to talk with and actually get more information from the other diamonds, along with other cuts of gem, as Midoriya sees exactly how Homeworld operates. It's been roughly 5 more hours, and Midoriya just feels a bit odd. He hasn't really slept other than the, apparently, nearly 3 hours he was out cold. And the diamonds, they're still a bit confused about it. Apparently, Yellow Diamond's researching how exactly she could have manifested this new ability. She already had those subsonic frequencies, and now she has fire, meaning that she may actually be a very good general. That is some food for thought. The last part she doesn't think or even say, but that's basically what she means. As soon as that's a thing, you also do have Blue Diamond, who's just sitting there, and, well, at least happy and smiling. She's a bit more happy that Pink is back, although she is trying to think about this. Izuku, and the whole rejuvenation thing. That's pretty weird, but it can be solved with a party, as you do just have White Diamond's Pearl on the throne, and, well, Midoriya on the pink one, just sitting down. He is a bit annoyed until this random Pearl would come running up to him, essentially just holding, well, one of those worm creatures. Deku kinda confused as to what this is, as he would just hold on to it and ask exactly what is this thing? Someone just setting it down. Blue Diamond is saying that those are creatures from this planet and this planet. She was, well, she let them loose on Homeworld thousands of years ago. And she was hoping that that might at least jog your memory. Deku at least flashing back a bit, feeling a bit odd. Looking down at one of his hands and seeing it's pink. Kinda confused as he would just jump back to the present. Looking up and just looking back at Blue Diamond. Asking exactly what are the creatures. Blue Diamond at least caught that little glimpse of hesitation. Clearly, well, Pink saw something. Or even knew something was wrong. That means that she might get closer. That means more hijinks might be in order. As the ball would run smoothly, without any interruption. Eventually, after it's over, Midoriya would be a bit more tired. Heading back to Pink Diamond's room and actually trying to sleep. It's a bit odd, but it's just not as bad as, well, things are in canon. Deku at least trying to get some rest, having odd dreams. A long-necked giraffe, Yellow Diamond, and her messing around with White's Pearl, juggling and actually getting dressed in a weird outfit. Trying to figure this all out. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. So, what is this? Eventually, Midoriya waking up. After some time. Now, with that being said, I do believe I can leave that off of here, guys, and I do hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm going to go over the audio and see exactly how much better this mic is than the one I was using to record. Because looking back on the audio whenever I did pause, this thing picks up a lot of stuff.